Hi, and thanks for joining me for the class today. So today's class is focused on improving our flexibility and mobility throughout the body. So we're going to do a range of exercises, starting in standing, then we're coming down onto our fronts, onto our sides, and onto our backs as well today. So I hope you enjoy the class. Remember, always work to a level that you feel comfortable with, because most importantly, we want you to enjoy it. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's start by bringing those toes apart and those heels apart, so those feet at that hip width distance. Just to start with, we're going to transfer that weight, come into the fronts of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just nice and slowly forwards and back, just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements, so that weight's going nice and evenly down through those feet. Knees are nice and soft, so not locked back, hands up onto your pelvis. Very gently, we're going to tilt the pelvis forward and then tilting it back. And again, tilting forwards and back. And just looking for that midpoint between those two movements again. So that pelvis in a nice neutral position. Those ribs are soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted. Well done. So we're going to float our hands up to that shoulder height. We're going to start here with our bow and arrow stretch. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to reach one arm around and back, following with your head, and then gently forwards. Opposite side, opening around and back, and forwards. And again, reaching around and forwards. Good. And again, opening out and back. So breathing out as we're opening out, breathing in to fold back, breathing out, breathe in to fold back. Well done. Opening out, around and back and forwards. And again, opening out and back. Very good. And back. Well done. Lovely. Let's do one more each side. Opening out and back. Opposite side. Coming back to that start, float those arms back down. Well done. Now this time we're going to bring our arms in front, cross them in front of us here. And we're going to sit back, dropping back into that squat. Now as we come up, we're going to come up onto our toes and extend those arms wide. Fold back, drop down into that squat. Lift up on those toes, arms wide. Good. And again, drop down. Lift up, opening wide. Good. And again, drop down. Lifting up on those toes. And down. Lovely. Drop down. Lift up, opening, and back. And again, drop down. Lift up, opening, and back. A few more here. Dropping down. Just as far as comfortable. Extending those arms as we come up on those toes. Good. And again, drop down. Lift up, opening out. Lovely. And again, dropping down and opening out. Last couple. Drop down, lift up, open wide. One more time. Drop down, lift up, opening wide. Good. Bring those arms back down, relax your shoulders. Okay, so we're going to have one foot just in front here, hands in front of you as well. We're going to bring that knee towards those hands, and then we're going to drop down, reach arm and leg into that lengthened position. And again, folding in and reaching away. So that leg you're standing on, keep that knee nice and soft, it might be slightly bent. Reaching away, folding back. So it's working hard, that standing leg, to support you as we fold and stretch through the body here. Folding in and reaching away. Good. Let's do 5 more here. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Folding in, lower that leg back down. We do the same the other side, so opposite leg just slightly in front here, hands in front of you still. We're going to bring that knee towards those hands, and then we're going to stretch away. Fold in and extending. Again, that leg you're standing on is working hard to support you. Keep that knee soft, fold in, reach away. And again, fold in, extending away. Good. Fold in, reach away. Good. Folding in, reach away, fold in, and extend away. Very good. Let's do 5 more. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reaching away, and bring those arms and leg back down. Relax those shoulders. Well done. So feet staying that hip width distance apart. We're going to bend those knees slightly, flex at that trunk, bring our hands onto the outside of this knee. We're going to lift up through this top arm, opening out into our wood chop. and back. And again, opening out, looking around with that head and back. And again, opening out and down. Last couple. Open out through that arm and down. One more time. And back, well done. Lifting back up, very good. Do the same with the side. So we're going to bend those knees again, flexing those hips slightly. Hand on the outside of that opposite knee. We're going to open out, looking around and back, and then gently back down. And again, opening out and back. Opening out and back. Following with that head, looking around and back, and down. Last couple. Rotating around. Good. One last time. Opening out and back, and we're lifting back up into standing. Well done. Now this time we're going to bring our legs a little bit wider. So feet widen those hips, toes turned out just at 45 degrees where we sit comfortably. And we're going to bring our hands again across the body here. And we're going to drop down into this side plie, hold that there. And we're going to bring that elbow down towards one knee and back towards the opposite side and down. And again, drop down and up, opposite side and up. And lift back up. Well done. Let's do the same again. So we're going to drop down, hold that there. Slight side bend, dropping that knee towards the elbow. Elbow towards the knee, I should say, and back. And again, dropping down and up, opposite side. And up and lift back up. Well done. One more set. So we're going to drop down, elbow towards that knee and up, opposite side. Good, and again each side, and back, and lifting back up. Well done, relax those arms down. Now we're going to keep our feet wide, we're going to turn around to one side here, those toes a long ways onto the mat here. We're going to stretch through the fronts of our hip here, and we're going to reach forward with that leg, front leg, reach those arms up, feel that stretch through the front of this hip here. So we're going to reach forwards. Good, and down. So we're just kind of pushing those hips forward slightly, just extending there and back, feeling that stretch through the front of those hips, those hip flexors, and back. And again, reaching forwards and back. Now on this last one, we're going to reach forwards. I'm just going to hold that there. Just sink into it. If you can, a little bit further, well done. And then gently lifting back up. We're going to turn back round to the opposite side. Same again. We're going to reach forward with that front leg, reach those arms up, and we're just stretching and lengthening out through the front of that hip. Good, and back. And again, reach forwards and up. Transferring that weight forwards and back. We just feel that stretch through the front of those hips here and back. Well done, and again. And back. Now this next one we're going to reach forwards. Hold that there. Breathing in, and as we breathe out, sink into it a little bit further. Breath in and out. And then gently coming back to that start. Well done. We're going to step back here. Now this time we're going to cross one foot over the other. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to roll down here. By crossing those legs, we're just going to feel a little bit more of a stretch through into our hamstring, so the back of the leg. Just go as far as comfortable. Breath in, and as we breathe out, gently coming back up. Good. Uncross there. We're going to cross the other way around, opposite leg in front. Same again. Breath in. As you breathe out, rolling those hands down towards the floor. Breath in here, and as you breathe out, gently coming back up into standing. Uncross those legs. We're going to keep those feet that are hip resistance apart now. We do a nice roll down again. So a breath in. As we breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end there, and as you breathe out, coming back up slowly into standing. Good. And again, breath in. As we breathe out, tucking that chin down, rolling those hands down towards the floor. Breath at the end there. And as you breathe out, slowly coming back up into standing. Good. Now this time we're going to roll all the way down and come down onto our front. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Just soften your knees when you get to your end point. Then we're going to walk our hands down And we're slowly going to come down onto our fronts and continue our class from here. Okay, so we can continue here down onto our front. So you can use your forearms to support your head, or if you've got a thinner pillow, you can use that just to support the forehead there as well. Feet that hip width apart, just tilting that pelvis forwards and back. Again, still finding that neutral position of that pelvis, and that belly button just drawn up towards that spine, so we're just still engaging that core as well. So we're going to start here by extending our hips, just using those bottom muscles, and we're just going to lift one leg just as far as comfortable and then lower back down. Opposite leg, lifting and lowering. So I want to use those bottom muscles to lift and lower through that leg. It's a huge movement. Keeping that control as we're lifting and lowering. And again, lift up and lower. Good. So we're just extending that hip. You might feel a little bit of a stretch through the front of that hip there. It's a bit tight through those hip flexors. But again, just going as far as comfortable. Alternating sides, lifting and lowering. So just extending the hip and down. Making sure it's that bottom that's doing most of the work. Your beyond, just lifting and lowering. More here. Extending that hip and down. Good, and again, lifting and lowering. Good. And down. Very good. And again. Let's do one more each side. And lowering back down. Now, so just my right leg, I'm going to bend the knee, pulling that heel back and down into a little hamstring curl. And again, pull that heel back and down. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and well done. With that same leg, we can use your hand just to add that stretch, to stretch the front of that thigh. If you can't quite grab your foot, you can always grab if you've got a piece of clothing to pull towards you, or like I say, just bend it as far as comfortable. And then again, you'll feel that through the front of that leg, the front of that thigh. Breathing in and out. In and out. Just bring that heel towards your bottom. Breathing in and out. Good, just a few more breaths in and out. One more time. And out. And release that stretch. Lower that leg back down. Well done. Let's do the same with the side. So we're going to pull that heel back towards that bottom and down with that hamstring curl. Pull back and down. Let's do 8 more. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. And then again, as you can. Again, hold that there if that's enough, or if you can, we can use the other hand just to pull that again, that heel towards your bottom to add a stretch, or grab your trousers if you can. But if not, just bend the knee and hold it there. If we can add that added stretch just through the front of that thigh. And again, we're going to hold that here, so breathing in and out. Good, and again, breathing in and out. Letting those hips sink down into that mat. Breathing in and out. One more time, breath in and out. And then releasing off that stretch, lowering that leg back down. Well done. Now my head's going to come down onto the mat. Arms out to the side, so those elbows are bent here. Feet a little bit wider than those hips, and we're going to go into our Cobra stretch. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, keeping that neck long, we're slowly lifting up just as far as comfortable. And again, just stay at your end point. If it's enough to come up onto your elbows, stay there. Or if you can, we can come all the way into that Cobra stretch onto our hands. Breath in. And as you breathe out, still keeping that neck long, lowering those ribs, that breastbone and that head back down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, lengthening through the neck, slowly coming back up. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, gently peeling those ribs, that breastbone and that head back down. Good. And again, lifting up. Okay, shoulders down, Slowly coming up, lengthening. Breath in, extending through that spine, and as we breathe out, peeling gently back down. Good. One more time. And again. Good. And then just slowly peeling those ribs, that breastbone back down onto the mat. Very good. Okay, so we're going to lift up here and we're going to drop down back into our child pose stretch. Have a nice opening out through that spine. Feels good to do after being on our front, so we're just going to take a nice deep breath again here. And as you're breathing out, sinking down. Good. And again, breathing in. And as we're breathing out, sinking down. Lovely. Okay, so let's come down onto our sides from here. So if you've got that thicker block, we'll just use that to support our head. And we're going to come down onto our sides. And we're going to straighten the legs out to begin with. And we're going to bend through this top leg. And I want you to have your toe just resting behind the leg here. And we're going to start with our half moon movement. So just really rotating through that hip. But it's nice and slow and controlled. So we're going to bring the knee down towards the floor in front of us. And then we're rotating back, tapping the foot behind that leg. And again, dropping in front. Then rotating back, tapping behind. So just nice and controlled with that movement, tapping in front, rotating back, tapping behind. So we're really controlling through that movement, not doing it quickly, really working on that control as rotating forwards, lifting up, rotating back. Good, and again, dropping forwards and rotating back. So it doesn't matter if they're not touching the floor in front, we're just going that direction and rotating back. And we're going in that sort of half moon shape, gives it its name, and then dropping forwards and then rotating it back. Good, and again, dropping in front and rotating back. Just do last few here, dropping in front and back. Well done. And let's just do one more, dropping in front and rotating back. Well done. And then we're going to extend that leg back out again from there. Well done. So we're going to keep those legs extended, feet just in front of those hips staying stacked. And with this top leg, we're going to lift that leg up to the side and then back down. If you can, we're going to point as we lift up, flex the foot as we lower. Point the toes as we lift up, flex as we lower. So we're lifting and lowering, keeping those hips stacked, controlling that movement. Well done. Lifting and lowering. Good, and again, lift up and lower. Very good. A few more here. Just lifting as far as you can comfortably, up and out to the side and down. Well done. And again, lift up and lower. And again, lifting and lowering. Now on this next one, we're going to lift up. We're going to hold that there. We're going to draw a little circle, so moving through that hip, circling round one way. Good. And change direction, circling the opposite direction, moving around. Good. And then lifting back up and lowering that leg back down. Well done. Bend those knees up. Give those legs a little rest there. So we're going to rest those legs, drop our block down onto the floor, have our head at the front of it, arms out in front, and we're going to go into our arm opening stretch from here. But this time we're going to lift this top arm. I want you to imagine you've got a little piece of chalk in your finger. You're going to draw a big circle up and around above your head, and then we're going to come around and then back. And again, reaching forwards, lifting that top arm, coming up and around in that big circle, and then back. And again, reaching forwards, coming up and around in that circle, and back. Good, and again. Reaching around and back. Lovely. A few more here. Reaching around and back. Good. Reaching around and back. Last couple. Reaching around here and back. One more time. Reaching up and above our head and then come around and back to that start. Well done. Okay, so let's come up and over onto the other side. Do the same again. So we'll bring our block with us. Good. And we're going to come down onto our sides. Use that block to support our head here. We're going to straighten those legs out to start with, hips stacked. And we're going to bend this top knee. So we're going to have our toe just resting behind that leg. And we'll start as we did before with our half moon. So we're going to tap that knee in front and then rotating round, tapping that foot behind that leg. So just coming in that sort of half moon shape. So that semicircle as we're tapping in front, rotating through that hip, rotating back. So just nice and controlled. It's not a big movement. And we're doing it slowly to keep that control as we're tapping forwards, tapping back. Good. So rotating forwards and back. Let's do a few more here. Rotate forwards and rotate back. Good. And again. And back. Lovely. Few more. Tapping forwards and back. Well done. And back. Last few here. Tap in front and behind. Good. And again. Let's do one more. Tap in front and tapping back. Well done. And extending that leg back out. Very good. So we keep both legs extended here, those feet just in front of you. We're going to start with this top leg lifting up to the side and then back down. So just lifting that leg up and out to the side as far as comfortable. Point the toes if you can to lift up, flex the foot to lower. Point to lift up, flex to lower. Good. And again, point to lift up, flex to lower. Well done. And again, point to lift up, flex to lower. Well done. And down. Good. Point to lift up, flex to lower. A few more here, lifting and lowering. And down. And again, point to lift up, flex to lower. Good. And again, point to lift up, flex to lower. And again, point to lift up, flex to lower. Good. And again. Well done. Now on this next one, if you can, we're going to lift up, hold that leg there, do a little circle round one way, moving gently through that leg. Good. And let's change direction of that circle. Well done. Very good. And then lifting and lower that leg back down. Well done. Bend those knees up. Oh, give that muscle a little rest there. So we're going to rest those legs, drop our block down onto the floor, have our head at the front of it, arms out in front. Then again with this top arm, imagine you're drawing a big circle up and above your head, coming around in that circle and then back. And again, reaching forwards, lifting up, coming around in that circle and then back. So that head's just following, looking around with that arm as we come around and back. Good. And again, reaching forwards, reaching up and above in that big circle, drawing around and back. Lovely. And again, coming around and back. Last few, reaching up, coming around and back. Well done. And again, opening around and back. Lovely. Last one. Coming around and back to that start. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to pop my block back down. We're going to come around onto our backs now. So coming around onto your backs. Feet and knees just that hip width distance apart to start with. Just tilting that pelvis forwards and back, just so we're in that nice neutral position here. Those ribs are soft, collarbones wide, and that neck again nice and long and lifted. So we're going to float our hands up towards the ceiling. And we're going to start here with our double leg stretch. So we're going to come with our arms together around in that circle now. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to reach the arms up and around in that circle and then back to that start. And again, reaching above, coming around in that circle and back. Good. Breathing out. Breathing in, coming around and back. Good. Breathe out, reaching above. Breathe in, come around and back. Good. And again, breathing out. Breathe in, coming around and back. Lovely. Now this time we're going to float one leg up into tabletop. As we breathe out, we're reaching arm and leg away. Breathe in to fold back. Good. And again, opposite arm and leg, reach away and back. Good. Alternating legs as we're reaching away and fold back. Well done. And again, reaching away and folding back. If you want to make it more difficult, we can bring both legs into double tabletop Still just reaching one leg at a time away in one nice smooth movement together with those arms. Reaching away and back. But if that feels too much, then we just keep going, alternating legs. Reach away, fold back, lower the leg, opposite leg lifted, reach away and fold back. So just pick what feels comfortable for you. Reaching away and fold back. Lovely. Last few here. Reaching away. Breathing out as we reach away. Breathe in to fold back. Good. Breathe out. Reach away. Breathe in to fold back. Well done. And again, reaching away and back. And again. Very good. And let's do one more each side. Reaching away and back. And then coming back to that start, lowering those legs one at a time. We're going to keep those arms raised though. We're going to go into our hip twist movement with our opposite arm opening. So we're going to let one knee fall out to the side, just keeping that control. At the same time, we're going to open the opposite arm and then fold back together. Alternate sides, opening opposite arm and leg and back. Now we really want to focus on keeping those hip bones pointing up towards the ceiling. We're just taking that leg as far as we can, keep that control. If you're feeling like your pelvis is rolling or rotating too much to the side, just make that movement a little bit smaller. And back, well done. Opening out and back. Now if that's comfortable here, keep those feet down and continue here. Or if you can, we can raise one leg into tabletop. Same again, opening out. Fold back and down. Opposite leg, opening out. If you raise the leg, you might find that movement's a little bit smaller. That's fine. We're just opening out, keeping the control. Keeping those hip bones pointing up towards the ceiling. As we said before, not letting them roll or rotate. Those hip bones are those headlights. Keep them pointing up and forwards as we open the leg out and fold back together. Good, so continue here. As before, if you want to challenge it further, we can float both legs into that double tabletop. Same again, opening out and back. We're breathing out as we open out, breathing as we fold back. Still keeping that control of that movement as we're opening out and back. Breathing out. Breathe in to fold back. Breathe out. Breathe in to fold back. Well done. And back, opening out and folding back. Good. Last few here and back. Well done. Very good. Opening out and folding back. Very good. And let's just do one last one each side. Open out. And back. Last time. Opening out and folding back. Lowering those legs down if they're lifted. Float those arms back down. Well done. Let's just bring those knees in. Have a nice little hug. Just stretching that out from there. Well done. Breathing in and out. And again, breath in and out. Sinking into that stretch. Well done. So lower those legs down one at a time. Back to that start. We're going to float those hands back up towards the ceiling again now, and we're going to stretch our opposite arm and leg. So we're going to lengthen through that body with that opposite arm and leg stretch, and then fold back together. So reaching arm and leg away, and fold back. So we're breathing out as we reach away, breathing in to fold back. Breathing out, reaching away, breathe in to fold back. Breathe out, reach away, breathe in to fold back. And again, lengthening away and back. Good. And again, reach away and back. Good. So we're breathing out as we lengthen through the body, keeping that control. We're not letting those ribs flare. We're keeping that control through this center here as we reach that arm and leg away. Good. And back. Last few. And again, reaching away and fold back. Well done. One more each side. Reach away and back. and then relaxing those arms back down. Well done. Okay, so we're going to stretch through our hamstrings now, but with movement. So we're going to bring the knee up towards the ceiling, lengthen out through the leg. We're going to flex the foot, lower the leg down towards the floor, point the toes, lift back up. Flex the foot, lower back down, point the toes, lift back up. Good. Flex, lower back down, point the toes, lift back up. And again, flex to lower, point the toes, lift back up. And again, flex, lower the leg back down, point the toes, lifting back up. Flex, lower back down, point the toes, lift back up. Good, and again, lowering down, point the toes, lift back up. Well done. And again, point to lift up, flex the foot, lower down. Well done, and down. Well done, point to lift up, flex the foot, lower down. Well done. Do the last few here, lifting up and lowering. Well done. Very good. Lifting and lowering. Last time. And fold that leg back down. Well done. We'll do the same the other side. Knee up towards the ceiling. Lengthen out through the back of the leg. And then we're going to stretch through the back with that movement. Flex the foot, lower to the ground. Point the toes, lifting back up. Flex, lowering down. Point to lift back up. Good. So we're flexing through that foot, pointing to lift up. Just lengthening through the back of that leg here as we're lifting and lowering. Well done. And again, lift up and lower. So just repeating that movement here. Just nice and smooth. Point to lift up, flexing to lower. Just feeling that stretch through the back of the leg there. Lifting up and lowering. Well done. Last few. And down. Well done. Lift up and lower. Good. Lift up and lower. Well done. Last time, lift back up, bending at that knee, and then lowering back down. Well done. So arms down by your side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop those knees over to one side, turn that head to that opposite side if you can, and then gently coming back up. Dropping those knees over and turning in that opposite direction. And again, lifting back up, drop the knees over, turning that head, rotating to the side, and then gently coming back up and over to that opposite direction. Good, and back up. Drop those knees over, turning that head, opening out, coming back up, dropping the knees over, turning the head again, and then coming back up and over to that opposite side. Well done. Last few here. And back. Good. And again. And back. Let's do one more each side. Drop those knees over. Back up and over to that opposite direction. Well done. Bring those knees back up, those arms back down by your side. And we're going to stretch through our bottom muscles now. So we're going to put one foot onto the opposite knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. Again, if that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we can bring the other leg up and towards you, just as far as you're comfortable. And then we're going to hold this stretch here. So again, just taking a few nice deep breaths in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just relax down into that stretch, that a little bit further if you can. Breathing in and out. And again, breath in and out. And again, breathing in and out. Good. Holding that stretch. Well done. Breathing in and out. Good. And again, breath in and out. Lovely. Lowering that leg back down. Do the same with the sides, opposite foot onto the other knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch here, then just stay there. Or if you can, we can bring the other leg up and towards you. Again, just as far as comfortable, holding that stretch here. Taking a few nice deep breaths in and out. Good. And again, breath in and out. Sinking into that stretch. Well done. Breathing in and out. Relaxing down. Well done. And again, breath in and out. dropping down to that stretch, that little bit further. Well done. Breathing in and out. And then just lowering that leg one at a time back to that start. So feet together, we're just going to let our knees fall open here, just stretching into that inner thigh. Just going to hold this stretch, breathing in and out. Now while we're doing that, we can just place our hands on that rib cage while we're holding this stretch. And as we breathe in, feel that rib cage really expanding. And as you breathe out, you can just feel it sinking down and in. Good. And again, breath in. Feel that rib cage expand. And as you breathe out, feel it sinking down and in. Good. And again. And as you breathe out, feel it sinking down. Just do the last couple here, just in your own time. Just still allowing those knees just to fall out. Feel that stretch into that inner thigh. Well done. Good. And then we're just going to gently bring those knees back up together from here. Okay, so just in your own time, we'll come back up into sitting. So just sitting comfortably, legs crossed or legs out in front of you. Just relaxing those shoulders down from here. And we're going to bring our hands together into that kind of prayer position, keeping those shoulders down, that neck long. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, rotating round to one side and then back to that start. Good. And again, breathing out, rotating around and back. Good. Breathing in, rotating back. Lovely. And again. Very good. And back. And again. Let's do one more each side. Rotating around and back. Opposite way. And back. And relaxing those arms back down. Well done. We're going to have our hands in front this time. We're going to reach those hands up and above our head. Bring those hands behind your head here. And we're going to drop down into a little side bend and up. Opposite side. And up. Reach those hands and lower back down. Good. Let's do that again. So reaching up. Bring those hands behind your head. Drop down a little side bend and up. Opposite side. Reaching up and down. Good, let's do one more of that sequence. Lifting up, hands behind your head, little drop down and back, opposite side and back. Reaching up and lower those arms back down. Well done, relaxing those shoulders. Fantastic, well I hope you've enjoyed the class today and feel nice and lengthened and stretched out, and hopefully see you again soon.